Welcome back, everybody. In the last video, I showed you how to do this joint with the JessEm doweling jigs. This is simulating a shelf going into the side of a cabinet. And I did it using both styles of the JessEm doweling jigs and also the Workstation, which I have over here clamped to my bench right now. Most people know how to use these jigs for doing a simple edge glue up like you would do to glue up a large panel. That's a pretty common use for these. But when you're doing a joint like this, you have to take the jig apart. There's a little bit of marking and measuring to do. And a lot of people asked about how to do this particular joint. And that's why I wanted this joint to be the first one I showed you guys. So today I have a couple more joints I want to show you how to do. Again, these are less common and maybe a little more complicated than doing a simple edge glue up. So these might be techniques that you're not familiar with. So stick around, check it out. So the next joint we're going to be doing is the long miter. This is a joint you're going to do to make like a table leg or maybe a waterfall edge. And this joint can be done with both the original style jig and the stainless steel jig. The easiest way to do this with the stainless steel jig is just to buy the 45-degree fence attachment that they sell, and then your piece will slide right in there. You can drill your holes super easy. If all you have is the original style jig, you're going to have to mount this plate into the Workstation, and the Workstation allows you to tilt the plate so you can drill on an angle, or you can make your own 45-degree fence. This jig has various holes in it in certain locations. Two of those holes are on the 90-degree fence. I just took a piece of scrap 2x4, cut a 45 on it, and once you place that on like that, I drilled a couple pilot holes in the back, shoot a couple screws through those holes, and now you have a 45-degree fence that your wood will slide right into, and you can drill your dowel holes no problem. And what's cool about this is you can cut these auxiliary fences at different angles. If you want to make a hexagon shaped leg or an octagon shaped column and you want to join it with dowels, you could just cut this fence at those different angles that you need, and you could drill those holes for those dowels. And whether you're using this with the factory made fence or this with your homemade fence, the procedure for using both these jigs is exactly the same. Once you get your pieces all milled up and you're ready to start drilling your holes, you're going to want to put the pieces together how they go and then mark one end so you can keep track of which ends go together as you're drilling your holes. As with all dowel joints, you need to keep the pieces oriented correctly as you're drilling the holes, or the dowel holes won't line up and your pieces won't go together. So when you're drilling your holes in your two matched edges, on one piece you want to drill left to right, and the other piece you want to drill right to left. Let me show you what I mean. On your first piece, you have your marked end. What I do is I put it in the jig and I line up that marked end with the edge of my guide. I'll clamp that down and then drill my holes. As you can see, my jig is on the right side of the piece and it's extending out towards the left. Now, to make sure the corresponding hole matches in the other piece, you're going to want to turn it around so your marked end goes on the left side of the jig. Again, I line that up with the edge of the jig and then I drill my holes, and it's on the left side and the piece is extending out towards the right. So if you do it that way, you'll be sure that when you take these pieces out and you put them together, those holes will all line up perfectly. It's also important to check the depth of your bit before you start drilling. So you want to put your bit in your jig and adjust your collar, just making sure that the bit doesn't drill all the way through and hit the fence on the jig. If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up and post a comment down below. You can also subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out. All those things help the channel out and I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Once you're all set up, you can start drilling. When I'm doing a joint like this, I like to do some extra dowels on the very ends to really stiffen up and give a lot of strength to the ends. And then when you get into the middle, you can spread them out a little more. So that was my right to left. This will be my left to right. Again, I just flush up the end really well there. And then I'll do the same 3 holes, starting at the first one and then skipping a hole each time. And with those done, we can go ahead and do a test fit. Those ends are perfectly flush. It feels like one piece when I rub my finger over it, and you can see the corner lines up just perfect. Now you can just use the last hole you made as a reference and spread the holes out a little more. I just stick the alignment pin in, lining that up, And for these, I just hold it tight with my hand and drill a hole. Move down to the next hole. There, that's in. Again, hold it tight, drill away. And then for the end, just drill a couple holes. That'll hold the end together. Then you just drill matching holes in your other piece. On this piece, I use the last 2 holes. I'll do the same here. If we did it right, everything should match up. So just line them all up, press everything together, and you can see you got a perfect joint, perfectly flush on both ends, and the miter, I mean, that thing's perfect and very strong. Now the same joint with the Workstation, it's a very similar procedure. First thing you want to do, set your Workstation to 45 degrees. Then you want to double check the depth of your stop collar. This I would have to adjust because it's set for the other jig, so I would have to make this drill a little bit deeper. You can hold your workpiece in, you loosen this thumb screw here, and you could adjust where your holes are going to be drilled. You want your holes drilled out kind of towards the end here. It gives you more material to drill through. If you go too close to the corner, you don't have a lot of material to drill through and your dowel won't insert fully. So once that's all set up, just like with the other jig, you have your marked end. You set your marked end even with the end of your jig there and clamp it down. Once it's clamped in place, you drill your first holes, loosen it up, slide it down. Use your centering pin, lock that in place. I would re-clamp this side, drill the hole there, and then you just move on down the piece of wood just like you did with the other jig. If this is too short, normally if you're doing a joint like this, your board would be longer. This is just for demonstration, but you can clamp it anywhere you want. Clamp this side. If you really wanted to clamp this side also, you can slide into your dovetail slot here. Clamp that side down. If this were a bigger piece of wood, heavier, you're worried about it moving around, you could really clamp it really nice and tight in different locations. But once it's all clamped down, drill another hole there, loosen your clamps. Your pin's going to hold the piece in place. Clamp it and drill your last holes. And then it's just the same procedure on your second piece. You just start from the other side and work this way, just like you did with the other jig. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I have a few more of these demos planned, so if you want to see those, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you get notified when those videos come out. And again, if there is a specific joint you would like to see demoed with either of these doweling jigs or the Workstation, put it in the comments below and I'll make sure that video happens. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.